Welcome to my winter wonderland.
I woke up this morning, got me feeling brand new, like I know what to do, got me feeling the storm.
Hey Soul Squad, Wagwan. Welcome to another video. First of all, if you're new here, come on up, come on up, come on up, come on up to the front of the comment section. I want to personally introduce myself. Hi, hey, my name is Nardia, and I am in Northwest Ohio, Zone 6B. And welcome to the Soul Squad. You guys, I am out here in the cold. And if you guys know me, you know I don't like the cold. I don't care for it. But I'm out here because I'm dedicated. I'm dedicated to making an entire 12-month long, 12 garden tour. From January all the way to December, I want to give a tour of my garden. Snow and all. So we're out here in the cold, and I'll give you a quick recap of how the garden looks now in January. And when I say quick, I mean real quick, because I want to get back inside and out the snow. This is my January 2026 garden tour. This is an overview of how the garden is looking right now in the month of January. This is what it's looking like. Bare snow. Snow everywhere. But I have nothing to show you. I don't know why I'm out here. I could have done this from a window inside, but I'm trying to be more, what's the word? I'm trying to be more out in the elements. Even though it's snow outside and it's kind of cold, I'm trying to be more like a little winter girly. Trying to be a little bit more in tune with the winter elements. Let me take you on a quick tour of what's in my garden beds. That bit over there, sir, from Vago, snow. That one there, sir, snow. Can y'all guess what's in those ones over there? Enough snow. This bed, however, does have something. I mean, it does have snow, obviously. But underneath all this snow, we have garlic. This is where I planted my garlic. It's there. It's under there somewhere. I guess I'll see it in the springtime. Garlic, hope you're doing good. I hope you're getting ready for the spring. As you can see, my garden is 2 rows. Last garden season, I only had the row in the back. So that was all I had last garden season. And then now I've upgraded. I've added another row in the front here with all these new raised beds here that are in the front. So I have double the planting space for 2026. And I'm excited. Super excited. Now that you guys have seen my winter wonderland, let me get back inside and let's discuss my 2026 garden plans. Ooh, child. We are back inside. And to be honest, actually, you guys, it actually wasn't that bad being outside in the snow. It wasn't unbearable. It actually wasn't bad. And plus, I want to get used to it because you guys know, and if you don't know, you're going to find out. We do plan on getting chickens for the 2026 garden season and beyond. So I have to get used to going out there even when it's snowing outside to make sure that they are fed, watered, and that they are okay. I'm working towards it. I'm getting better. It wasn't that bad. Now that we are back inside, let's talk about my 2026 garden plan and layout and where I want to plant all the things. Right now, what I'm going to show you for my 2026 garden, the plan, the layout, is my ideal idea of where I want to plant things, where I want to put things, and how I want it to go. And I say ideal because it is not 100% guaranteed that it's going to stay that way. For me, I never know what I'm going to get into unless I'm really in it. As much as I plan, it's going to go maybe 90% according to plan, but there's that little 10% room for error where I'm okay with. So even though I'm showing you my garden plan right now, just know it might change. It might not change by that much, but there is room for it to change based on maybe I add more plants. Maybe I take away some plants. Maybe I learn something about the way that plant prefers to grow. Maybe I add new structures. I don't know. But just know there is that chance that these plans might change. But even still, I'm going to share with you what I've planned so far for my garden. The garden planner that I use is the garden planner from Botanical Interest. Yes, I am a Botanical Interest ambassador, but no, this video is not sponsored, nor is a Botanical Interest garden planner gifted or somehow compensated by them. The planner itself is something that I pay out of pocket for, which I don't mind because it is so worth it. I pay an annual fee for it. I love it. I enjoy it. So it is not sponsored or gifted or in any way part of my Botanical Interest Ambassador program. Even if it was, I only tell you all about things that I truly like, I recommend. Even if it was sponsored or gifted, I'm only going to tell you about it if I really like it or if it really works. I don't bring you guys the nonsense. Not me. I don't bring you guys the nonsense. This is not that type of channel over here. I will leave a link to the garden planner below. Now this link, anybody that uses the garden planner can share this link. This is their friends and family link. You don't have to be a Botanical Interest ambassador, an influencer, just anybody in general can share their own personal link, and whoever uses their link will get 25% off their first year for using the garden planner. I pay out of pocket for it. I did not get 25% because I did not know anyone that was using the garden planner, and I just paid full price, but it's okay because it is totally worth it in my book. Also, with that said, you don't have to use it. You guys know, I always say over and over and over and over again, we are not going broke trying to build a garden. If you don't need the garden planner, if it doesn't apply to you, you don't have to get it. It's only if you need it. You can go use a journal, pen and paper, free planners, lots of other resources out there. I'm just showing you what I use and what I prefer. Okay, let's open my garden plan. So the first one I'm going to open is my spring garden. Let's minimize this a little bit so you can get a full scope. This is a to scale drawing of my garden size outside. My entire raised bed garden is about 43, 44 feet long, and it is about 20 feet wide. So that's how I drew it to scale. And then each individual garden bed is to scale also. Like these beds, I know they are 4 feet by 8 feet. Once you put your garden size, your garden layout, you can add all the different grown mediums that you have, whether it's raised beds, green stalks, in bed, in ground, container gardening, whatever you want to add, you can add them, grow bags. As you guys can see, I have all my raised beds here. I have the ones in the back row, which I originally had last year, and I have the new ones in the front. I have 2 small empty beds right here. And right here, this big thing right here is my gazebo. So you can also put structures that are in your garden that you're not necessarily going to grow in, but they're still garden structures. So this is my gazebo, and over here are my grow bags. I plan to put a lot of grow bags over here because I have this open space here. Over here, I have my greenhouse. It's a very small greenhouse, and it is also drawn to scale. So everything is to scale, which means that whatever the actual measurement of that item is, that's the actual measurement that it is on this planner. Down here is where my shed is, and in front of my shed, this is the free garden bed that I picked up on the side of the road. As you can see, I plan on putting strawberries in it, and everything is removable. You can just click, drag, move around. You can make it bigger, smaller, and as you're doing that, you can see the measurements are changing. And yeah, that's why I love it. Also, you see all the plants that I have inside my planner. If you click on this right here on the left hand side, that's where it has the plant list, but it has all the plants that you can think of, plants, flowers, everything that you can possibly think of. Botanical Interest has it there. What I like though is the plants. There are a lot of plants here that I don't particularly use, but the ones that I do use and the ones that I am going to be planting in my garden, each time that I want to add it to a raised bed, I don't have to search through this entire plant list. Once I find a plant that I know for sure that I am going to use, I put a yellow star next to it. That means that it is my favorite. The benefit of that is when you do start searching for plants, you can just tap where it says favorites, and only your favorites that you've added to your favorite list will show up. You can show all your favorites, You can show only the vegetables that's on your favorites list. You can show only the herbs that's on your favorites list. You can show only the flowers that's on your favorites list. And the possibilities go on and on. Over here is where you add the structures, and you have a list of different structures that you can add. You can add baskets, beehives, chicken coops, chicken feeders, cloches, compass, containers, all the different containers, brick, fence, cages, greenhouse, grow bags, hoop houses, irrigation system, leaf mold bins, obelisk, path, pergola, plant houses, ponds, potato planters, raised beds, row covers, sheds, oh my gosh, teepees, tower planters, water buffs, so many different things you can add as a object or a structure in your garden. Over here, this is my garden journal. Calendar at the top, and you can set reminders for each day of the week, what to plant, what to water, what to harvest, what to fertilize, and it will also remind you. You can also add a note about that day, like today, anything you want to write about that day. Like, I don't know, planted, what else? Celery. Celery. You can do it that way as well. I just wrote it and it typed it out for me. Like I said, there is so many functions to this garden planner. It will take me forever to go through all the different functions. I've showed you guys my spring garden plan. We're going to go more in detail about that in a minute, but let me show you an overview of what I plan for summer. Ooh, summer garden is full. The summer garden, as you can see, has a lot going on. It is more robust, more full, more colorful. As you guys know, what I told you guys from the video where I talked about all the lessons that I learned from my 2025 garden, I want to get better at succession planting. And this right here is helping me. So I know that once these summer crops come out, I also made a fall garden. And it looks similar to the spring garden, but this is how my fall garden is going to look. So I know what's coming out of each bed and what's going in right after. Now, you don't have to do it this way where you have 3 separate spring, summer, and fall garden. Like, for example, I have 3 garden plans. Like, the spring is right there. And then you can tap here, open another one. This is my summer garden plan. Tap. And fall garden plan. You don't have to do it that way. The way that this app is designed and the easier way to do it is you can actually, for example, if I double click the broccoli, you can put where it says right here, in-ground dates. You can say that this broccoli is going to be in your garden from April to June, right? And what that means is, let me close this out. If I go up here to where it says all months, and I go to July, that broccoli should be gone. And then I could have added the next thing that will be in the garden bed and only have one garden plan for the entire 2026 instead of having one for spring, summer, and fall. You can actually put when each plant will be planted in the bed and when it will come out of the bed. And then you can just narrow it down by each month to see what's going on and what you can plant next. I don't know why I didn't choose to do it that way, but maybe by the 2027 garden, I'll do it that way. But for now, I have 3 different garden plans. Let me show you one of my favorite features though. At the top here, you have the plant list. I like to click on that. And the reason why I like this, right? It looks like a lot of information. It looks like a lot, but this is all the plants that I have in my garden for the summer garden. But the part that I like, right, is where it says the planting calendar. This part over here. Let me show you why. If I go like that, it's going to arrange the plants and tell me when I need to sow the seeds inside based on my growing zone, when I need to plant outside based on my growing zone, and when I need to harvest. The blue is for when I need to sow the seeds inside. The green is for when I need to plant or sow outside, and the orange is when I should harvest, my harvest time or my harvest schedule. This is what helped me plan my 2026 seed starting schedule. Like I said, I didn't follow it exactly. I'm starting things a little bit earlier than they recommended, but this is the guideline that I basically used. Okay, let's just say you double tap on a plant. You can actually click on here variety and you have so many varieties to choose from, so you know exactly which pepper variety you are planting. I think they have every single one of them in here. And it will tell you it will label it for you on your garden planner, the pepper variety that you're planted. When is it going to be in the ground? It also tells you up here also when to sow the seeds, when to direct sow, when to plant outside. It also tells you right here, it's companion plants. What plants is it compatible to plant with? The planting spacing, the row spacing. If you're doing square foot gardening, how to plant that per square foot. And you could also add notes about that particular plant. Click on this where it says more information. You get so much more information about the plant. Like, for example, the type of soil it needs, where it needs to be for the sun. Is it frost tolerant? Is it perennial? How to feed it with fertilizer, the space, and like I said again, more information about the companion plants, harvesting notes, troubleshooting, pictures, images. You can have varieties all in there. Your journal history. If you had put anything in your garden planner about this particular pepper, it would be right there for you. Or if you wrote any notes about this pepper, it will be right there for you. So you have everything. You have your garden journal, you have your notes, you have your planner. Oh, this thing is a wealth of information. Now that I've went over a lot of my favorite features, now I'm going to show you guys which plants I plan to put in which raised beds and the seed varieties that I plan to sow. For the first bed, which is back here, you guys see it's mostly filled. This is for the spring with cabbage and cauliflower. These are the cabbage and cauliflower varieties that I plan on starting. This red acre cabbage here from Botanical Interest. Early golden acre cabbage here from the Dollar Tree. The cauliflower variety that I'll be trying is the snowball cauliflower. And this one is from Dollar Tree. For the second bed next to it, it has sugar snap pea, Swiss chard, bok choy, and garlic. The sugar snap pea is this variety here that I get from Dollar Tree. I tried it last year in my garden and it was delicious. Absolutely loved it. For the Swiss chard, I want to try this variety here. It's called 5-color silver beet. I don't know what to expect. I've never grown Swiss chard. I've never even tasted Swiss chard, but we're going to try this garden season. The bok choy that I want to try is called bok choy choco. Never grown bok choy. Eaten it many times, but never grown it. But this is the variety that I want to try right here. For the next bed down the line, for spring, once again, it has sugar snap peas and broccoli. We're going to do the same sugar snap pea in this bed as we did in the previous bed, the one from Dollar Tree, the sugar snap peas from Dollar Tree. For the broccoli, I have Waltman 29 broccoli. For this middle bed here, it's mostly empty for spring, but I do plant some onions in there for early spring planting, and these are the onion varieties that will be going in there. I'm going to do some of Johnny's Patterson onion because I sowed so much of these seeds, a lot of these, and I want to use them up throughout my garden. The next bed over, which is this bed right here, as you can see, it has turnip, radish, and beets. I was just going through my seed packets, you guys, and I realized I don't have any turnips. Like, I double checked and I triple checked. I don't have any turnips, so I have to get turnips. So I don't know which turnip variety I will be planting in that bed. But for the radish, I will be planting radish cherry bell. For the beet, I think we're gonna do the basic. Well, not basic. We're not calling these beets basic. It's gonna be a wonderful beet, but we're going to do the Detroit dark red beet. This last bed here, it has more broccoli, kohlrabi, and garlic. The broccoli I'm going to be planting in this bed is from Dollar Tree. It's called broccoli calabrese. And the kohlrabi will be purple Vienna kohlrabi. In these two small containers right here, we have kale. But here are some of the options for the kale. We could do some red Russian kale, some lacinato kale, dazzling blue kale. I don't know yet. Maybe I'll do all of them. We don't know yet. And I think I also have more kale in my seed packets, but those are the ones that I know for sure that I want to try for right now. Up here, all of my grow bags are empty for spring, but they won't be empty for summer. Moving on to the front beds for spring. In this front bed right here, it's already planted. It's filled with garlic. That garlic was planted in November 2025. In this bed, it's full of garlic. I know I have music garlic inside, Montezuno. Hold on. Let me just double check. The garlic varieties that I planted in that bed, predominantly, I think more than about half the bed is music garlic. The rest of the bed has a mixture of chestnut red garlic, Montana Zemo garlic, German white garlic, and I also believe 2 unknown garlic varieties that I picked up at my local farmer's market. Don't know what varieties they were, but they're from the farmers at the farmer's market. The bed right next to it, this bed right here, I want to fill it with onions, and these are the onion varieties that I plan on planting. Yellow sweet Spanish Utah onion, more of the Patterson. Now for my summer garden, once I take out those spring crops, this is my plan, and I hope it goes according to plan of what I want to plant next in each raised bed. Starting with the back one here, I want to plant my summer squash and my winter squash. I'm going to be putting for the winter squash, butternut squash. I saved my own seeds from a squash plant that I got from the grocery store, and it was delicious. So I don't know what variety it is. I just know it's butternut squash. For the summer squash, I want to try Emerald Delight. Moving on to the next bed over. You guys can see I have my trellises, and I plan on putting a pumpkin right here, tomato, some marigold, basil, Scotch bonnet pepper, and garlic. The pumpkin variety, I'm not sure yet. I don't have the pumpkin yet. I have seeds that I saved from a pumpkin that I grew myself. I might just try that one again, but I'm not sure. Tomato, I'm going to put a Roma tomato in there. Don't know which one yet, but a tomato. For the marigold, I have marigold seeds that I saved, so whichever one I plant in there, that's what's going to go in there. For the basil, it's between Tulsi basil, because I want to plant a lot of this, and also Italian Genovese basil. These are going to be the 2 most predominant basil varieties in my garden. This next bed right here, on this trellis, I want to put watermelon. The majority of the bed will be eggplants. This is another hot pepper, squash, and nasturtium. Now, I don't have that much space for the watermelons to run, but there are 2 varieties that I want to try. I don't know which one yet. I might try both of them. Where am I going to put it? I don't know. But the 2 that I want to try is this one here. This one is called Moon and Stars Watermelon. This is from MI Garden. I just like the name of it. And I think it looks so pretty, which is like, has spots of yellow that's supposed to represent the stars and a big patch of yellow to represent the moon. Yeah, I want to try this one. And of course, every single year will not be a garden year if I don't try Sugar Baby Watermelon. I have been trying this watermelon and I have never been successful yet, but I'm still going to try every single year until I get my success. The eggplant variety that I want to put in there is Black Beauty. I grew Black Beauty last garden season and it was delicious. I enjoyed it. So I might just put the same one in there as well. I believe I got those seeds from either Dollar Tree or the big box store. This small middle bed right here will mostly have tomatoes. I already showed you the onions. It will have more basil and marigold. In the front here, I will have 4 containers, and those are going to have tomatoes. In that middle center area of my garden, that's where I'm going to predominantly put most of my tomatoes. These are all the tomato varieties that I want to try and grow this season. Pineapple tomato. I mean, it just looks so interesting. Beefsteak tomato. You know, the regular, tried and true. Costoloto Genovese tomato. This looks super cool as well. I'm going to try Roma tomato again this year. Even though my Roma tomatoes, they grew They stayed green. They never ripened for me. I think like 1 out of the 4 plants ripened, but I'm going to try my aromas again this year. Tomato Glacier Bush. Never tried this one. I mean, would it be a garden without Cherokee Purple? I mean, come on. Cherokee Purple has to be in there somewhere. And of course, my absolute favorite, Sun Gold. This year, I only plan on growing 1 cherry tomato, and that 1 cherry tomato will be Sun Gold because it's my absolute favorite. The bed next to that, it has cucumbers for the trellis, another tomato, marigold, basil, celery, and more onions. The thing though is, this celery, I don't think it's going to stay here. I might have to find somewhere else to put it. This bed right here in this particular area gets a lot of sun, and celery doesn't want, from my understanding, too much sun. It prefers a little bit more shade. So I might move it more towards the back and put these plants more to the front. But that's something that I have to work on. This year I'm only planting 2 cucumber varieties, and I think I'm only going to do 2 plants, 1 of each variety. One will be National Pickling Cucumber because I want to make pickles. And the next one is Cucumber Muncher, just to have a nice small snacking cucumber. The celery is Celery Utah, which I already started those seeds. I'll link that video if you want to see it. The bed right next to it, over right here, that's going to have on this, it's going to have on this trellis here, some Bora Bora or Chinese long beans, in front of that okra and garlic. Okra, we have Clemson Spineless. And just to add a dash of razzle dazzle and some color, we're going to have okra red burgundy. Just to have that, that pizzazz, that little dash of color. Behind the okra, I want to plant this Oriental yard long pole bean. Now you guys, I'm a little hesitant about that because you guys know my trellis structures were not the best. They were not the best 2025. And I'm still working on a trellis in solution, but I'm still going to plan to plant things that trellis, even though I don't know how I'm going to trellis them yet. I haven't figured it out yet, but I'm still going to plant the seeds and figure it out after. In these 2 small containers that will be in front of the greenhouse, sweet potatoes. And you guys will see I plan on planting a lot of sweet potatoes. Let me show you the rest of my sweet potatoes. These grow bags, these are 20 gallon or 25. I want to say they're 25 gallon or 20 gallon, but these grow bags will all have sweet potatoes. And these grow bags, which are 15 gallons, will have regular potatoes. I do not know what varieties of sweet potatoes I'm starting at. I'm just going to wait to go to the grocery store and get sweet potatoes and grow slips from there. My first time doing it, so we'll see what the grocery store has. And also for my actual regular crop potatoes, once again, we're just going to go to the grocery store, see what they have, and see what I can chit for it to plant in my garden. We're just going to go based on the vibes in the grocery store. What they have is what I will be planting. I will also have 2 pots of ground cherry. Moving on down, in this next raised bed here that originally had the garlic, my garlic will be pulled by mid-summer or early summer. Once I pull the garlic that was in there from winter and spring, I plan on putting beans. And I'm not 100% sure which beans yet in this next bed right here. Once again, the onions will still be there for summer. Moving on to the bed right next to it. It will have a lot of peppers, mostly sweet peppers, some shishito peppers, and 1 cayenne pepper. I have a lot of pepper varieties, so let's just go through the ones that I do want to plant and take it from there. First and foremost, front and center, we're planting Scotch bonnet pepper because my Jamaicans are that better plant. Wouldn't be my garden without some Jamaican touches. So definitely planting my Scotch bonnet pepper. Once again for the Jamaicans, Jamaican yellow mushroom pepper. Plant that too. So planting 2 Jamaican peppers. My pepper mix, I think I'm going to try this one here for my bell pepper mix. Shishito peppers. This is my first year growing shishito, but we're going to give it a try because everyone talks about how good shishito peppers are. So definitely giving them a try. And cayenne pepper. This I want to use to make cayenne powder and also to put it in my chicken's feed for the winter whenever I do get the chickens. The bed right next to it will have my callaloo, and callaloo is a perennial here for us. So I already have the callaloo. It should just grow back again on its own. And I'm also going to line the exterior of the bed with onions. Moving over in these small containers right here. In this small one here, I want to put corn. Glass gem corn is the variety that I want to try. Never planted it. To be honest, I picked it because it looks pretty. I want pretty corn. I want pretty corn. I've tried growing sweet corn. I've never had success with it. So I said, let's just change up the variety. Let's just change it up and plant something else. So I'm going to try this one. Of course, I'm going to find uses for it once I do grow it if I'm successful. But the glass gem corn, pretty corn. In this bed in front here, I want to put yucca. This is the yucca. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. That I want to grow. Never had yucca, but this is the one that I want to grow. Moving on to my fall garden, and my fall garden is going to look quite similar to my spring garden. I'm just going to run through really quickly because it's going to look like my spring garden. In the bed back there will be cabbage again. A lot more cabbage. The only thing though is in the fall, I plan to plant a lot more brassicas than I did in the springtime. A whole lot more. Most of the beds will be filled with brassicas, and each brassica in my head should have their own bed because there is less pest pressure in the fall, and a lot of these crops enjoy a nice little cold chill. They get sweeter. They taste better when they get a little cold chill to them. So this bed right here will have cabbage all to itself, a whole bed of cabbage. This one over here will have Swiss chard and bok choy and sugar snap pea. This one over here, sugar snap pea and a lot of broccoli. This middle area for now is empty, but that might change. The next bed over will be filled with broccoli also. This bed over here will be filled with collards. These small containers here will have kale. All my grow bags that are in front of my gazebo, I want to fill them with carrots. So all different varieties of carrots in there. This bed back here in the front, I will be planting garlic in it again. The bed right next to it will be filled with cauliflower. The bed after that will have kohlrabi and turnip. In this bed right here, the callaloo should be dying out, but I will leave that bed empty because the callaloo is a perennial and it's very aggressive. So I don't want to plant anything else in that bed. I'll just make sure to take care of the soil, make sure it's good, and let it rest for the winter. These two small beds over here, the first one back here will have full bed of radish. This one back here will have a full bed of beets. And that should be it. For the fall garden, I basically showed you guys all the varieties. It will be the same varieties as my spring garden. So it will be the same varieties of plants as my spring garden. So no need for me to go back over those again because this video is already getting long enough. It's already getting so long. The only two things I did not show you that I'm going to show you now are the collards and the carrots. For the collards, and I plan to plant a lot of collards. The variety that I have to plant right now is, oh nope, that's not it. That's not it. Find the collards. Georgia Southern Collard. I will be planting a lot of collards. In the fall. This is the variety that I have that I will be planting. And as far as carrots go, you guys, I have a few varieties because I'm planting a lot of carrots. To me, it's a lot. Might not be a lot to you guys, but to me, it's a lot. Let me get all the varieties. Boom. This is the Denver's 126 carrots, Scarlet Nantes carrots, Atomic Red carrots, and Little Finger carrots. You guys, that's it. My mouth is so dry from talking. It was a lot of talking, I know. But hopefully you guys stuck with me and stuck around. Like I said, this is not set in stone, but this is what I want. If for some reason I miss showing you guys a seed variety, or if anything changes, as long as you guys are following along my garden journey, you will see it all. You will see it all. You will see what changed, and you will see what I'm actually planting when I do decide to plant outside. If you are new to gardening, if you're new to seed starting, I do have a video that I recently uploaded that shows you my entire seed starting schedule from January all the way to December. If you're interested in finding out when is the best time to start seeds in the zone 6, maybe 7, but 6 area, definitely check this video out. I will link it for you guys also. Until my next video, we will be talking. I'll be talking with you guys in the comment section. Bye.
I had a dream last night. Did everything I never do in real life. I stepped into a room, told everyone to be quiet, 'cause I had something to say, blew everybody away.